Okay, looking at this polar fridge, customer reported it was at 24 degrees or something. Anyway, I've got it and it was about 6 or 7, and you know, cooling. It's just got a cooling plate on the back of the inside of the fridge, and that had ice on it, so that was working okay. Got a lot of water in the little evaporation tray there. It's actually overflowing, but it looks like it's been doing that for a while. So I'm wondering if they'd left the door open slightly, if they put something on the shelf and it was just stopping the door shutting. Could be the thermostat's playing up. It might be a mechanical one on this, I'm not sure. It's got a dial, like a little knob you can turn, so it's a budget fridge, so it may well be mechanical. Controller, no, maybe not. Maybe it is, yeah, I think it's electronic. So it could be the relay and the controller not working intermittently, because that's our live, powers vap fans on continuous, powers the controller neutral, and then the switch live comes out to run the compressor. So it could be that. Could be the compressor's got too hot. I don't think it's short of gas. The whole back panel's warm. It's cooled down now, but it's got a small condenser, and then I think the pipes go up and chill and heat the I think the condenser under that under the back panel. So we've got door left open, dodgy thermostat. Compressor's gone off on the thermal, which I'm wondering whether it was the compressor's gone off on the thermal, because that condenser is very dirty. And when I opened the door in here, it was really hot. So just makes me wonder whether it's just got too hot. And I'm also wondering whether the lack of airflow from the fan is stopping this water evaporating as quickly as it should do. Because you see it's just dripping in that corner. It's a bit of one of those at the moment. It's one of them where you get there and it's working. So I think we might clean the condenser and then just watch the thermostat cycle a few times. But that compressor's very hot. It's almost too hot to touch, but I mean they do sometimes run very hot. I don't think these are particularly good either, this brand. But I think they're all made in, well, it's Polar, so it's a Polar cabinet, probably all made in China. So I mean that might have been running a bit hotter without the, one, it's going to run hot because the condenser's dirty, and two, it's got no airflow to cool the compressor with any air that's coming across it as well. So it's going to get hotter because it's got high head pressure, and it's even hotter still because there's no airflow. They are, you know, I think these are mainly suction gas cooled, but it's going to pick something up from the fan. Anyway, I think we'll swing this around a bit more and get that cleaned and see what it does. Okay, we've got the condenser unbolted so we could move the fan back, because it's one of these little what do they call it, axial fan or something. You know, if we've blown through that with some nitrogen, most of it's not going to get through that plate. So anyway, we've took that off, which was 2 little nuts and bolts, and they were tricky to get to, but luckily I've got one of these extra long spanner so you can get in there and reach. It might all brush off, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not. It does look fairly clogged up all the way through, so we'll see if we can get the blowgun in there, blow the dust out that way. Okay. Pretty clear now. So I've just got a blowgun and an air adapter onto a gauge line so I can use my nitrogen, or if I've got my air compressor I can use that. And that's just extended, we can undo that. And it sort of telescopes out so you can reach in behind places. Okay, power's back on, so 13. There's no door switch, so that's not an issue. Evaporator fan's on continuous, that's the... oh no, I think that's the other one's just kicked in. I think the dot flashing is waiting on compressor starting. Yeah, that's this one's kicked in. Because the other issue could be the condenser fan motor, if that is playing up, but usually it's the bearings go in them and they feel fine. This is in the shipping container, so it gets quite warm with the sun on it. It was really warm in here before. Right, there we go, compressor's just cut in. I can hear the condenser fan started. I'll just watch it a few times. Not really found anything. Found a possible, but like I say, it could be the relay. I might get them to leave it on and watch it for a bit, and if they find it's over temp, I'll get them to take a picture of that. And if that's over temp, that light's on continuous and the compressor's not running, then we'll probably say the controller's packed up on it. You can actually see the airflow now, there's a bit of dust round about in the wind. You can actually feel the air moving. So that wouldn't have helped. That's getting warm from cool ears, it's warm there. Those pipes go off, I expect they go around the door frame to heat the door frame, and then they come back out here and into the dryer. That's quite cool. So that'll probably take the superheat out and start condensing. Most of the work's probably done in the back. Or I don't know. Probably 50-50. It goes on the door frame first, then comes back, because it heads off that way, and then comes back to here, goes in, must go work its way up and down. Feels like it's got bumps in there, so I expect it's sort of serpentine, and then comes back out in this corner. Sometimes they're in the side panels. There are a few times where people have put padlocks on, and when they've put the hasp on the side there, they've put screws through the pipes, so that's something careful of. I'll just sit and watch it for a bit. Okay, that's just turned off. I've not been timing it, which I should have done. It's not took very long, it's down to 4 degrees, I think. What was it, 14 or 13 or something when we turned it on. So I don't know with this, with that. It's so it's flashing again, so it's on a time delay. Okay, I've heard the fan start. I think I heard the klixon cycle on the compressor. That's the other one started. That's quite cool. It's not going to do it now. That's cold, that's a discharge. One of the hot gas pipes. So it must be off with this klixon. But I might have turned that thermostat down too soon, not giving it enough of a rest, so I'll give it a few minutes. I should stop fiddling with things, trying to speed up the process. I should just watch it really. I've just turned the stat down, it's fired straight up, so I think I turned the stat before it had time for the pressures to equalise. It's saying 5. So 3.84, so they're in the same ballpark. Sensor's not in the same place obviously, so this one's down here by the door. I expect the other one's probably behind that panel. Okay, that's got down to 0 on number 4 setting, so that'll be why it's got a heated door frame, because it could probably run below freezing. I'm not sure what the spec is on this. They're saying that there's no defrost on it, so you wouldn't want to set it too low. I think it was on 2 when we got here. Well, it's done that classic thing of working when you're here, so you just kind of guess. Might have been the dirty condenser. It was really warm in here, it was probably over 30 degrees, which is, I don't know what in Fahrenheit. When I got here and the door was shut, so it would struggle to cool. It might have gone off on the klixon on the compressor. The floor's not very level, so I've wound the foot down on this because it was rocking before. The door seal's good. I think we're just going to tell them to run it with nothing in for a day or two and see what it does.